Okay, you might be Greg Saunders.
Gregory.
Eagle looking great. Your go.
And we're rolling, Gregory.
Greg Saunders.
Wow. Hey, great.
Show us the skills that have made you a media darling.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome, 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 welcome to the Saturday Morning Stateline Show. Good morning, Rockford. A 4.7 rating on a product. 4.7 looks a lot better than a 5-star rating. Think about it. I'm Greg. He's Tom. It's your Saturday Morning Stateline Show on this 28th day of January, the year 2023, the latest it has ever been
in the history of mankind.
And you made it. Congratulations. Got a little chill hop music playing in the background.
What happened to my lighting? Hold on one second.
We'll just fade that down here. Did you turn something off? I don't know. It's it might be time to upgrade the camera. I'm not exactly sure, but I could see you. I can hear you. That's the important thing right there. You're seen and heard. So,
seen and heard.
Yeah. Happy last Saturday of January 2023. How are you doing?
Oh, it's more like Jan, you're goodbye forever. I wish. I'm doing fine. I don't know. Wearing shorts today.
Well, you usually do. Yeah.
Shorts. Trust me, I do have shorts on. That was my trivia team. The other name is I'm not wearing pants. And everybody looked at me. Yeah, because I'm wearing shorts. It was like 35 degrees. It was all right.
That's funny.
It's all right.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. Well, this week we have a guest from the American Red Cross of Illinois. We're going to talk to Connie Esparza here in a little bit about some stuff that they've got coming up. But before we get to anything, let's make sure I don't forget. Oh. Even as I say that, I know I have to update something on the graphics because I didn't quite get to it yet. Click. Hold on. This is save. Time for the big number of the week. Let's do this. Make some noise. And the big number of the week this week is 738 million. And your answer is Avatar or Angry Birds. Avatar or Angry Birds. And at last check, our current race to 10 has Tom trailing Joann by just a single point. It's 4-3.
Mm-hmm.
Have you fully recovered from the comeback defeat that Joann took you down at the end of last year?
Well, I have to admit, it took me at least 30 seconds to recover from that. It was tough. It was a rough half a minute there, but yeah,
that was
fully recovered.
That was as epic as the Patriots coming back and beating the Falcons in the Super Bowl. That was unbelievable.
I'm not sure there was that much at stake, but yeah, you're right. It was probably,
in our world there was. I don't know.
A 7-2 lead, and I lose 10-8. So,
yeah, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. So congratulations, Joann, on that. Good morning from Tulsa, Daniel, and those who are tuning in via LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook Live. I'm curious if anyone's on Twitter and you've seen our tweet that says the show has gone live, please comment in the chat and say, hey, yeah, I'm on Twitter and I've actually saw when your tweet says the show has gone live. I'm curious if that's doing anything. Maybe it's, I don't know. It's nice to have that go out there and let the Twitterverse know that we're on live. Got some shout outs this week to do as I normally do. And I want to say a thank you to my son's uncle, Mark, out at Diamond Motors. Noah bought his first car this week, Tom.
Oh, really?
He bought a Chevy Impala that might be one of the cleanest older cars I've ever seen in my life. It's just really immaculate. They took great care of this car. And so thanks to Mark out at Diamond Motors for helping him take care of that. And just in time for Noah's birthday. His birthday's tomorrow.
And he will be, say, 18, 19, 19, 20. He'll be 20.
22.
22.
22.
I'm trying to think. Okay, yeah, I know he graduated.
He's He's a class of 2019 graduate. So
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So congrats to Noah on his new car and on his
That
birthday.
is so cool. Yeah.
Had a really great in crowd this week. Thanks to Roger over at Exit Realtor, the Mauer office of Exit Realty on Perryville. Had a great turnout for the kickoff event, the kickoff in crowd for 2023. John Berlin and the team making sure things went really well, and had a lot of great food. So next month, you're going to want to join us. It's going to be at a location that's harder to find, but well worth the effort. And we'll tell you more about that in February as we get closer to the end. The event last Thursday of the month, in crowd every month, January through October. And then our end of year fundraiser event for Mosaic usually happens that first week of December at some other location to be named later as well. So follow in crowd.
I may actually be able to make it because I'm not
so.
doing Thursday nights anymore. Except the problem is, here's the problem. My Thursday, which used to be the G5 from the light, switched to Tuesday night. So now I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday is my only night off other than Friday, but then we have the grandkids usually. But anyway, so Thursdays, I played trivia at a few different places, but I always have to reserve it open for Mike when he calls, in which he did this week. And he said,
need you to fill in, buddy. Help.
Yeah, guess where? Franklin Grove.
Good old
Franklin Grove is, if the Sticks had sticks, that'd be it. Man,
it's way out there. It's way out. What's the name of the tavern or the bar down there?
Rooney's.
Okay, Rooney's in Franklin Grove. They do trivia every Thursday night.
They do every Thursday night. Well, Mike has a guy that works for him. His name is also Mike. He's a good guy, good friend of mine. He lives in Byron, so it's a short little jaunt for him. It's about a 25-minute jaunt for him, so that's not so bad.
Okay.
But when you're coming from Rockford, and where I was coming from is my other job. I tutor at the Boys and Girls Clubs out at Flodine. That's if I'm coming from that job and I get out of there at 4:30, I had to be to Rooney's by 6. So that hour and a half, it took almost every bit of that. It made it in about an hour and 15.
You're lucky it wasn't full on snowing or something. That'd have been real fun.
Well, that would have been rough. I think they probably would have canceled. Although it's a little small town bar. I mean, literally, it's probably the only business on that whole street. Well, there's a few businesses, but I mean, as far as something opened at 7 o'clock at night, that was it. So every hometown guy and gal, and so they wouldn't need to cancel because I get there.
Probably 25-30% of their patrons are within walking distance. Maybe. Who knows?
I'd say more like 80.
Okay.
That's what I would say. I mean, it's just a little stretch of town, and that's it. It's only 800 people in the whole town.
Ashton Franklin Center. They share a high
school.
Yeah,
You're probably right. You're probably closer on your. Yeah, they do. It is in Ashton, but yeah, they do. AFC,
nice little town. So in crowd went really well.
I think they're the AFC buckets, I think.
Oh gosh.
That was a joke.
No, that's not what it is. It's the Knights or something like that. I don't remember. Anyway.
No,
they're right down the street from the Rochelle Hubs. Pirates. There you go.
Ashton
Pirates.
Franklin Center Pirates.
I should have remembered that because I used to make all the graphics for the website down in Rochelle. For our website at WRHL.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Shout out also to the Roscoe VFW. Have you ever done an event at the Roscoe VFW?
I have actually. Did a wedding there.
Okay.
Nice, on Main.
Nice banquet hall.
Second on the street.
The north end of Roscoe there. And they've got a really nice VFW in Roscoe. So congratulations again to Leanne and Larry. They were celebrating their October wedding with their party this last weekend at the Roscoe VFW. Had a wonderful time with their family and friends. And nice job to the Roscoe VFW for hosting that. For speaking of hikes, I think I drove about as far as you did to show a house this week in Genoa. I don't get out that way real often,
Mm.
but we do cover that area with Team Sold on Tony, Keller Williams Realty Signature. If you're looking to buy a home in the DeKalb County area, we can cover that. Our focus is Boone, Ogle, and Winnebago counties, but we can get out to the DeKalb area as well. And a couple last things. Lino's Culvers, shout out to those guys for this being awesome local businesses, the support that they have for other local not-for-profits and such. And our linked lunch for February is coming up. It's the second Friday of every month at the Rockford Machine Shed. And we'll be promoting that a whole lot more heavily here on this show as well. I know we promote In Crowd a lot, but our linked lunch is another great networking group that we'd like to see grow and remain strong here in Rockford. So be prepared for me to just gush all over about that a lot in the coming months, especially throughout this year. We want people to show up to that and help that networking group grow. Any other shout outs before we get to our guest, Tom?
No, but at some point today, I'd like to talk a little bit football. I want your predictions for this weekend.
We got to talk football. We got to talk a little bit about the NFL and what's going to happen in the games tomorrow, because we know that we're wrong. Our guest today is from the American Red Cross of Illinois, and I'm sure she has a special title for what she does there, and we'll let her tell us exactly what that is. Connie, welcome to the Saturday Morning Stateline Show. Good morning.
Good morning, Greg. Good morning, Tom. Pleasure to be here today.
Good morning.
Hello.
You look like you're in your formal office, or do you have that formal of a home office, Connie?
It's a formal home office. It's the beauty, one of the beauties that came out of the pandemic, I would say, is the ability to wake up and say, where do I want to be today?
I like it. That's one of my favorite things about working
from home. It's a whole new meaning. Yeah, but that's a whole new meaning to the term taking your work home with you. You're never not at work. That's not good.
Yeah, that's when you have to get really good about your own personal time management and saying, hey, you know what, we're gonna not work for the next hour and stuff.
That is true. At the Red Cross, however, disasters don't take a break. And they're not Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. So the ability to turn on, the computer and get to work when something happens, it is one of the beauties of being able to have this home office.
Yeah. You're on call, ready to do important things at a moment's notice. And that's very, very important. So your title, as you plugged it in there, looks like communications manager, but you have an interesting history of work. Tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're from, that sort of stuff.
Sure. I was born and raised in Chicago. And I work for the American Red Cross. I'm communications manager for the state of Illinois, and which includes our Northwest Illinois chapter here that serves over 600, almost 680,000 constituents in 9 counties, including Winnebago, Boone, Bureau, DeKalb, Ogle, Stevenson, Whiteside. But we are so fortunate to be part of the community and to serve when disaster strikes, but not necessarily just, when disasters. Is also, we've worked very closely with the counties and the fire departments during our Sound the Alarm events to install free smoke detectors in the different communities in the 9 different counties that we serve. In addition to, I think that's what we're going to talk about today, is inspiring our blood donors to come out and save lives. So that's what I do. I get to work, with our 5 lines of service, which also include first aid training, and then also our international services, which serves our service to the armed forces and a variety of the programs within that international services umbrella. But I think today we're talking about blood donation, being a blood donor, and why it's important to do that on a regular basis.
Yeah. January is Blood Donor Month, and it's a good month to have that because obviously the winter months, it's a little bit challenging for people to get out and donate sometimes. So those who have the wherewithal and the ability to get out there and donate, we really ask you to please make the effort, especially in the wintertime, to get out there and donate blood. How does the American Red Cross, and more specifically our Northern Illinois area, handle blood donations throughout the winter months, especially January?
We take a pause in January to recognize all of our loyal blood donors, and to encourage others to become first-time donors or to keep their appointments, because we see in the winter months, we see that dip in the collection of blood units, mainly because of maybe bad weather or seasonal illnesses. People postpone their appointments or don't show up at all when they do make an appointment. So we take a pause, we celebrate those that continue to do so, and encourage everybody to explore the possibility of becoming a blood donor if you're well, if you meet the requirements, obviously. And if you're unable to maybe donate, consider hosting a blood drive or consider volunteering at one of our blood drives, which is also a critical role at the Red Cross, is our volunteer services.
Do you guys partner with anybody specific as far as blood drives go? What kind of collaborations do you guys work with?
Greg, we host blood drives on a daily basis, 365 days a year. If you go to redcrossblood.org and plug in your zip code, you're going to find a blood drive near you. And sometimes those blood drives are hosted by a local organization. It could be a local church. It could be a YMCA, another not-for-profit, or a corporation that also is encouraging their employees to donate blood on a specific day for a specific reason. So there's a variety, like I said, there's a variety of different options. And the easiest thing to do for your listeners is to go to redcrossblood.org, plug in that zip code, and see what comes up. I'm looking here, and it looks like for the month of February in the Northwest Illinois area, we've got about 16 different blood drives. So I'm sure we have one near you.
Awesome. Red, we're going to put this in the chat right now, redcrossblood.org, so you can check that out. And of course, follow you guys on Facebook. You got an active Facebook page at the American Red Cross. Lots going on. You're always telling people where you're at and sharing all of the good stuff there.
I encourage everybody to follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, LinkedIn, or Twitter. We do promote upcoming drives on our social media, but in addition, there's opportunities, like I mentioned, our Sound the Alarm event, which is coming up here in March in the Northwest Illinois area. We'll promote that and how you can sign up to request to have smoke detectors installed for free, or perhaps you've been thinking about volunteering, and this is a perfect opportunity to get yourself signed up with us to volunteer, to go out into the community and maybe visit some of your neighbors that maybe don't have working smoke detectors in their home. Follow us on social media. There's a variety of different things that we like to share, including stories of our volunteers. We have such a strong group of volunteers in the Northwest Illinois area that have responded to countless numbers of local disasters, but also who have signed up and deployed, most recently to respond to those affected by Hurricane Ian in Florida. We had such a wonderful group that left their homes in the Rockford and Freeport and other areas up there in Northwest Illinois. And, they were down there for a couple of weeks, but then extended their deployment to continue to serve all of those impacted.
Wow, that's cool. That's cool. So does someone have to take a class or get some sort of certification to volunteer for the Red Cross in that kind of capacity to make a trip like that?
Sure. It all starts with signing up and letting us know that you'd like to volunteer, and give us a little bit of background as to your educational, your professional, your work career, what that's looked like. And then also your areas of interest. We have a variety of different roles for our volunteers, and they don't always necessarily mean that you're going to you're going to leave your home for 2 weeks and go somewhere when something happens. There's a variety of different roles that happen right here virtually behind a computer, and you're still working with people who maybe have experienced a home fire, or perhaps, they've been a victim of a disaster like a hurricane or a flood or a tornado. But yeah, there's specific training given, the role that you're interested in doing. If you're wanting to work with a disaster action team, there's classes there that will prepare you for deployment, that will let you know what to expect when you arrive at a place like Florida that was hit with a hurricane, and what you will be doing to assist all of those. And then, there's opportunities to volunteer at a blood drive. You can be a blood ambassador, and you can welcome all of those that show up to donate blood, and maybe, help ease their journey through the day as they sign up and wait for their opportunity to donate blood.
Lots of different things to do with American Red Cross here locally. So check out the link that we put in the chat. If you have any questions, Connie or her team would be glad to answer them for you. And as we continue throughout these cold months, please, please, please consider donating blood, whether it's through the Red Cross or someone else. Just the need is great. And it's really one of those things that, should you have the need and the blood's not there, wow, that really hits home.
And you know what, Greg, and that's what every chance that I get is I remind folks that one day it could be you, or it could be a family member, and we work really hard at the Red Cross to make sure that there's blood on the shelves in case of that emergency, and we supply 40% of the blood supply across the country, and it's all we take our role very seriously, and we're very dedicated to make sure that inventory is always available, but we can't do it alone. We need the generosity of blood donors to continue to sign up, to do it for the first time. And one unit of blood donated could save up more than one life. And it could go to cancer patients. It could go to a victim of an accident, or somebody who sees themselves in a trauma surgery, or there's sickle cell disease patients who need blood transfusions to manage their pain. The other thing that I do want to mention, because we're coming down here to the last few days of the month, is that we are running a campaign. We partnered with NFL Pro Football Hall of Famer Peyton Manning. And for those that sign up to donate blood here through the January 31st, you are entered into a chance to win a trip for two, all expense paid trip for two, to the Super Bowl. So we've got a few days left here to sign up. And I know you guys, you're going to be talking football later. So maybe help encourage everybody to sign up and donate blood here before the end of the month.
Nice. Very cool. Tom's like, all right, where do I go? Give me an address. I'm there.
Yeah. Connie, I have one quick question for you. And I don't want to open up Pandora's box here, but I live very close to a blood, I don't know what they call them, where you go and you get money to donate. And it's not for use for public consumption. They use it for animals and this and that. But I get a little irritated when I hear people talk about the benefits of that. I think they believe that blood that they're giving at your local mall and you're getting $30 or $40 for, I think they believe that that's actually going into the blood supply. It does not. It goes for testing. It's not used for humans. Am I correct on that? And if I am, I think I am.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what facility you're referring to. I know for us, our blood supply, it's available for whenever it's needed, either locally, like I said, across the country. And then depending too on your blood type, sometimes there's a higher need of it, and it's automatically shipped. But we do test all of the blood that we collect to make sure that it's healthy, and that we can share it to whoever needs it.
Well, these are the plasma centers. That's the word I was looking for. And those are the ones where they go in and they get paid to donate. I know that blood does not go into the blood supply, but I think people think it does. Like they think they're doing their part, plus they're earning a little extra cash on the side. It bothers me because once you've given there, well, now if you want to give it, say the Red Cross or the Rock River Valley Blood Center or something like that, you can't because you'd have to go through the vetting process. And that takes away from the overall supply that we really desperately need. And I just wondered how you felt about that. I know how I feel about it. I'm not happy about it. And whenever anybody tries to tell me it's a good thing, I explain to them, not necessarily. It may be a good thing for you because you just got $40, but it's not a good thing overall because it's not used for the purpose that you think
at the Red Cross, we say, there's different ways to donate. You can donate money. Obviously, it goes to help, address disaster relief. You can donate your time by volunteering with us, and you can you can donate blood. That's another very generous way to do your part. And here in the new year, as we establish, resolutions and, what can I do to help my fellow community members, I think being committed, and just like you put reminders on your phone to change maybe the batteries in your smoke detectors or to go get an oil change, it's also a time for us to put in our calendars, hey, it's time for me to donate blood. It's been almost 60 days, which I can do every 56 days.
Every 8 weeks, basically every 8 weeks, time to donate blood again. So
time to donate.
Awesome. Well, any final thoughts before we let you go, Connie? I really appreciate your time for us here this morning.
No, thank you both for the opportunity here. I'm looking forward to connecting with you again. And like I said, it's always welcome. We welcome first-time blood donors. We welcome and applaud our dedicated blood donors who do it, routinely. I've met blood donors who've been doing it for 30 years. I've met blood donors who are on their 12th gallon of donated blood, and it's just so impressive. And sometimes, as you talk to them, they're doing it just out of kindness and just because it's the right thing to do, not because they've ever needed it, not because they've ever known anybody who needs it, but they know that the need is great. And especially during the winter months when folks are, we're hunkered down at our home because it's cold to get out. It's so rewarding to know that I did something and it's going to help, like I said, maybe more than one person.
Yeah. And once you've done it the first time, you get things kind of set up in the routine, it only takes maybe an hour. And then
maybe an hour or less than that. The actual blood draw, if you prepared well, if you're healthy, you ate well, you hydrated yourself, your blood draw is actually maybe anywhere between 8 to 10 minutes. Yeah. The rest of the time is you getting there, signing up, going through, the brief history to make sure that you're feeling well that day to donate. But like you said, you could be in and out in an hour.
That's a good point, Connie, because it's you're not sitting in a chair having the blood drawn from you for an hour. It's only about 8 to 10 minutes. The rest of the other stuff is just some questionnaire stuff, just making sure you're healthy. And then when you're done, giving a little chance to recuperate, have a snack, whatnot. So yeah.
And let's not forget the snacks. People, we like to mention that because we've got the best snacks and we find them when people are actually recuperating, the camaraderie starts. And all of a sudden, you turn around and there's laughter and conversation, and it turned into a social moment.
Absolutely. Yeah. Good chance to meet your neighbors and your
yes,
fellow community members. Well, Connie, I'm sure we'll have you back on again at some point, and open invitation to join us the second Friday of every month at the LinkedIn lunch at Machine Shed. We'd love to see you there too. So hopefully we can connect again.
Sure. Thank you so very much. I wish you both a wonderful weekend.
You too. Thank you, Connie Sparza.
You as well. By football, if you're a football watcher.
Awesome. Good job. So Red Cross, you can check out their webpage. They've got and their Facebook page. They've got a lot going on their Facebook page, and they're constantly keeping you up to date at what's going on around the northern Illinois region. So very cool stuff. Joann is out at PAWS this morning. Good morning, Joann.
Oh, good morning. You woke me
up. Morning, Joann.
I was reading about that you got a dozen eggs for giving a test drive in Lou Backrock. Give you a dozen.
Wow.
Eggs.
Yeah. Wow.
That's funny and that's relevant. It is.
I shared that on my Facebook page. Did you bring a wine rack?
I dropped it off this week. Yep,
okay, I saw it in the stash of gifts.
Yes.
Stash items. I said that must be from Greg.
One of your silent auction item options at the PAWS Fur Ball coming up on February 18th is a wine rack handcrafted by yours truly. And
Yes.
this one is the full size. I've done the mini ones in the past. This one's the full size wine rack. And it does have the glass holders on the bottom too. So you can put the stems in at the bottom and hang your glasses. So,
And they probably will put a
fancy
couple
dance.
bottles of wine in them to go with
You
the
should be able to fit. If you mount this to your wall safely and securely, which you need really good long screws to do that, and you need to make sure you actually mount it to a wall stud. It's the full size rack, so you got to make sure the center screw actually makes it into a wall stud. Yeah, otherwise you could have problems, because if you put 6 wine bottles in this thing and it's not mounted to
heavy.
Yeah, it's going to be heavy.
Yeah.
The rack itself is heavy, and then you throw in, 3 gallons of liquid in bottles. And you don't want that thing falling off.
All over your nice white carpet.
Or the dog.
Lots going on here. Let's what do you say? We'll take a look at some good morning, Linda. Let's take a look at some stuff going around. Where's my ticker here? Events around Rockford. There we go. Rockford, gorockford.com, and different events taking place around the region. I've done the share screen with this before, which kind of looks okay, especially if we do it this way. That's not too bad. And if I expand it this way, oh, there we go. Winter Dazzle Day is today. This is at the Nature at the Confluence up in South Beloit. From 1 to 3, snowshoeing, make a wreath, toast a marshmallow. The children's indoor story time starts at 1 o'clock. There's a wreath workshop at 1:30. Snowshoes available all during the 2 hours. There's snow, and we'll see how the weather is this afternoon. Is it going to be windy, blowy, really don't want to be outside, or good enough? I don't know. Self-guided scavenger hunt. So Nature at the Confluence, 306 Dickup Street in South Beloit. Check that out today. Mississippi Station model train exhibit that's coming to an end this weekend, guys. If you haven't seen it yet, this is your last chance to see it. Nicholas Conservatory and Gardens, the Mississippi Station model train exhibits. It's been there since the beginning of December, and this is the last weekend to check out the trains and trolleys and all the cool Rockford history stuff that is landmarks all throughout, including the symbol sculpture, the Rockmen Guardians, the Mississippi Park Music Show. That might be my favorite one on there. Normal admission fees apply at the Nicholas Conservatory and Gardens. We saw a bunch of the skaters last night, guys, at Lino's. The Midwestern and Pacific Coast Synchronized Skating Sectional Championships are this weekend at the BMO Center, downtown Rockford. The BMO's hosting this. U.S. figure skating qualifying season for synchronized skating, consisting of 4 events. There are 3 sectional championships and the U.S. Synchronized Skating Championships. And these are teams of, it looks like, anywhere from like 8 to 20 skaters on the ice at the same time, all doing synchronized
I saw
things.
that on the news. That is
Isn't
really
it cool?
incredible. Yeah.
Lots of skill to this thing. And when we were at Lino's last night, there was one team that was probably 8 to 10 girls in the main dining room. And then there was another team downstairs in one of the banquet rooms. And there was probably 30 girls on that team from all over the country. They're here from the Midwest and the Pacific Coast area.
Is that new to Rockford?
I don't remember this being in Rockford before. I think this is the first time Rockford's
that's
hosted
why I
it.
was asking. I've never even heard of synchronized skating.
Yeah.
No, I haven't either.
Just a reminder as well that Midway Village Museum is currently has a Janet Lynn exhibit. Our Rockford Olympian Janet Lynn, who figure skated in the 70s.
I just wait for the sock monkey one. I think that's in March.
Yep. And then the second annual Rockford North End Hot Chocolate Crawl is today. Good day for hot chocolate today, isn't it? Huh.
I love that. Hot chocolate crawl. North End, that's where I am.
That's right where you are.
You better crawl on over there.
They got boozy hot chocolate drinks at Mulligan's at the Olympic and the Norwegian. There's homemade hot cocoa kits at
in the hot cocoa?
I don't know. Well, a few places they do.
That's why you're crawling by the end of it.
Careful how much you drink it. Hot cocoa kits at Rooted and Wonderland Sweets. Each location has different offerings, maybe some complimentary treats too. Check out the Hot Chocolate Crawl Facebook event page. They've got all the locations and details.
That's today.
There. That's today. Let's see.
All right, I'm guessing with all the bars mentioned, it wouldn't be a good thing to bring the grandkids too, right?
Well, there's other places too. Rockford Family Dental is doing it. Rooted, Stockyard Burger, Rock Bar, Village Green on North Main. There's a bunch of locations. Check out the Facebook page so you get all the details on that. All right. As far as some other random stuff for you this week, let's see if I can entertain you with some information. We already, by the way, our thanks to our unofficial sponsor, All True Eyes, the app that helps you verify and maintain your own community service data for a lifetime. All True Eyes, tell a better story, live a better life. We already talked about this on a show in the last couple of weeks. Illinois saw a record population loss last year. 142,000 people left the state of Illinois. A majority are leaving.
Still here.
Well, we're still here. But the majority of people leaving Illinois are going to states that don't have tax on income, or they have lower tax rate overall. It's no wonder Illinoisans are paying roughly 13% of everything they earn each year on taxes. So it might be time to adjust.
And you know what the
worst
part about all of that is? It's Illinois, California, New York, the three probably most liberal tax-wise states.
And I think New Jersey.
Those are the three states that are hit the hardest. No, New two, you're right. Okay, so here's the problem. It is the upper echelon that's leading. In other words, it's those who are making the most money.
Those
they can afford to.
And I get it. It doesn't. There goes all of those tax dollars. I can't afford to move. I've got a house payment. I've got ties here, whatever. But a lot of these people with a lot of money are moving out. And it's increasing Florida, Tennessee, and Texas. It's increasing their bottom line. So it's a double whammy. We're not only losing people, you're also losing the people who have the money to pay a lot of the taxes or whatever. And they're not as effective, but they're moving. And that's fine. I don't blame them. I would leave too if I could. The weather doesn't help.
When you're on Social Security, do you have to pay taxes?
Sure you do on some things. But not income taxes. Social Security, I don't think.
You do. You're talking about like not income taxes, right?
If they pay income tax,
but you still have to pay.
Because I have taxes taken out of my retirement income.
Sure. The state's got to get their cut.
They should leave me alone now. Because I retired, they should leave me alone.
Yep, they should fix that, and that's why a lot of people leave for other states because of stuff like that.
They're not gonna leave you alone.
Was it a year or two ago when the governor of New York was begging its wealthier residents to please stay? Please don't go away. We need you. It's like,
stay. I'm not going anywhere. I'm sorry. You're stuck with me.
The government loves to take our money. It also tries to help us track down money we're owed. USA.gov has a website to search for money owed to you by former employers in the form of back wages and pensions. You can also check old bank accounts and tax refunds that maybe you didn't receive. The searches are free. It's at USA.gov, and sometimes it's worth a check to take a look at what's on USA.gov. And I will put this in the chat. The direct link to go and check it out. It's a free thing. It's a legit thing. And when I did my search there, it brought up about 10 other Saunderses that none of them were me, but it's like, oh, this other Saunders person needs to contact the government and collect their money. So check that out.
I know some guy named 88 Fingers who owes me $100. I don't think I'm going to find it there, am I?
Good luck with that. The United States hit a debt limit last week, $31.4 trillion debt limit ceiling. So the U.S. government, if it doesn't raise its debt ceiling, might not be able to pay all of its bills soon. Oh my goodness. Refresher. The government spends more than it collects in taxes. That's a problem. It constantly borrows money. That's a problem. There's a limit, though, to how much the Treasury can borrow through bonds and bills. And they've never, ever defaulted since lawmakers passed legislation to raise or suspend the ceiling every time. 100 times they've done this since World War II. And they're
So they use it when they get close.
They just say, oh, we don't have enough money. We can't borrow enough money due to the law. Let's raise the debt ceiling again. Over $31 trillion in debt this country is. It's insane. Food Marketing Institute estimates about 2 million shopping carts are stolen every year. That's been an issue ever since they were invented. Costs retailers an estimated tens of millions of dollars every year, according to CNN. Replacing a missing shopping cart can often cost a store up to $250 each.
They should do like Aldi's does and make you pay a quarter to rent it.
Yeah.
I was going to say exact same thing. Yep.
They get locked
People
up.
are
Exact same
crazy
thing.
about those
I love the
quarters.
concept because
I gotta get my
They
quarter
are.
back.
I see Walmart shopping. That's right. I get, well, the Packers need one too, apparently. But I see Walmart shopping all over. I mean, I see them like 5 blocks from Walmart, tipped over in a ditch. That's so ridiculous.
It's
I
kind
saw
of,
that
little
the other
respect,
day. I was near Target, and there were Target carts all over the place. So it's kind of crazy.
I do like the idea that the Aldi situation, it gives you an opportunity to be kind to the next shopper and just say, oh,
Yeah.
here's my cart. Oh, do you want my quarter? No, it's okay. It's on me.
Yeah, I mean, I used to
them the whole
hate
quarter.
that, but
That's right.
I kind of embraced that. Because, I mean, people seem like it's a quarter. You're giving them a quarter. And they're like, oh, thank you so much. I'm like, it's a quarter.
Yeah, make somebody's day.
Yeah, but it's the gesture. It's the fact that
I know,
yeah,
but
it is a gesture. I like it.
One of the easiest random act of kindness you can do.
Mhm.
Give someone your Aldi's shopping cart. Let
Yes.
them order.
Or when you put it back in the rack, don't take your quarter. Just leave
Yeah.
it.
That's the other thing I normally do. I just don't even take my quarter back out. I don't even.
Yeah, I've had to do that
in
too.
there.
I don't know. It's just a fun thing to do. And I used to not like Aldi, so don't even talk about it. But I started to enjoy going there once in a while, and the people there are different. They're friendly. It's a fun place to shop.
Yeah.
See, friends, I endorsed Aldi's.
Well, good for you.
I
I love Aldi
Complained
for
that
2
you had
reasons.
to pay a
It's
quarter for the
customer
card, and you had to
service.
bring your own bags.
Yeah, customer service. Exactly.
Yeah,
They're friendly
customer
people.
service. I cannot tell you. I'm not gonna mention the name of the place, but it does start with a W. I am so sickened by the fact that customer service is just dead at this particular place. And even my
And
buddy
Greg,
John
I
brought
know
up
where
this
we
the
go
other day.
for breakfast.
He says when you look at the
It got quiet all of a sudden.
What do you say, John? What did John say?
well, I forgot. I don't know. I don't remember now.
We got a little
I
bit
don't know.
more delay on Tom's feed today than normal. That's what's
Yeah, I
going on
couldn't-
today.
The other day I went to breakfast at Jerry's on Brynwood. Jerry's Cafe on Brynwood. Excellent place. He said he used to work somewhere and opened his own restaurant. If
Yeah.
you've not eaten there, it's just excellent.
I've heard good things about Jerry's at Brynwood, and it's not to be confused with Jerry's Pizza on off of State Street.
I think it's called Jerry's Cafe.
Yeah. They're both excellent, by the way. Jerry's Pizza is awesome too, but that's different.
Yeah. Oh, it is. It is. Jerry's Cafe. I've been there many times.
Oh, okay.
It's good.
We talked with Connie from the Red Cross working from her home office today. And working from home, according to the National Bureau of Economic Research, working from home has saved commuters approximately 72 minutes every day. So, yeah, one way to get an hour of your life back, if you can, that one working from home once or twice a week, if you can keep doing that, that's pretty awesome. And we did this last week or 2 weeks ago, that Google Street View thing. There's another website that explores the wonders of Google Street View, and it randomly takes you to places. And we're going to go there again because this was a lot of fun. This is Wonders of Street View. It's neal.fun is the website. Neal, neal.fun. And then you go to Wonders of Street View. And this is a little look around Boca Chica Village in Texas. The Starbase looks like this is where they make rockets. For who? I don't know who. Is this a... Those don't look like the same rockets that Elon Musk was using. I don't know. So let's take another random place here real quick. And all of a sudden we're at the Lucky Frog at the community of Madrid, Spain. And you can go search around. It's Google Street View. Want to go look around Madrid, Spain? We started at the Lucky Frog and now we're looking at all these.
There.
I like the way this looks here. Click the randomizer and all of a sudden you're at the Northern Lights in Lapland. How awesome is that? Street View, Google Street View. That doesn't look like a street, does it?
A road.
This is like they're walking. Look at this. This is somebody's walking path here.
It's snow. Yeah. Well, it's the Northern Lights. You're almost to the Arctic Circle, right?
The car.
I don't think I've ever heard of Inari Lapland.
North, anyway.
All right, one more.
No.
The UFO Museum in Roswell, New Mexico.
Cool.
You see on the floor all these different arrows.
Is that inside the museum, though? It's not a street view then.
I know. That's what's so weird. This is way different than that last site that we went to. Because this one, I mean, they're walking around the museum. Very cool. Anyway, neal.fun is the website, and it just takes you all over the world. It's so very cool. All right. That's, I think, everything other than the guy I wanted to mention, the Dudley Library in England. There was a guy that took out a book 58 years ago and forgot to return it. So it was 58 years overdue. 1964, he checked out a book because he was facing a minor traffic charge and he needed to learn the law for motorists. He never returned the book. The Dudley Library of England has waived his $52,000 fine because he did return the book in such an untimely manner.
I thought when the fine was so large, they typically would make you just buy the book, pay for the book.
Exactly.
I don't know where they kept charging him.
Somewhere around
like
30 or 40 bucks or something.
I mean, my son lost his book when he was in high school, and we just had to replace the book. We just got the book costs this much, please. So I mean, I think that would be more acceptable than just keeping up the fines.
The punchline to this story is when he returned the book 58 years later because of this he needed to read the law for motorists to help him after getting a fine for a traffic stop. He said it was not even very, very helpful. He didn't really get much help from the book.
So why did he keep the book, right?
Maybe that's why he kept it. He was angry that it didn't help him. I don't know. But he finally returned the book.
Usually it is that you have to replace the book after a certain time.
Right. All right. Well,
different.
How about we take a look around PAWS today, Joann?
All right. Sounds good. I don't know if you read, but my friend Rieger got adopted.
Oh, the dog that you had at your house.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay, I can't figure out how to do this.
We relearn technology every week.
Is that well? It didn't come up. The button you press that usually comes up right away didn't come up.
Sometimes you just got to touch the screen again and make it work. All right.
That's what I did.
Let's do this and let's do that. Boom. There we go.
They're 8 now. They're sleeping. So I bonded pair Horace and Latte. They ate a good breakfast and now they're sleeping.
Horace Vandergelder. Hello, Dolly. That's a Hello, Dolly reference.
Now, if you don't realize that's a bonded pair.
Okay. So you can change Latte's name to Dolly. She won't know.
Horace and Dolly.
Hello, Dolly. Oh, hello, Dolly.
I have to mirror the camera to do this.
We are nearing the end of January. It flipped and then it flipped back, Joann.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
Must
funny.
have pressed it twice. There it goes.
There you go.
All right.
Bjorn.
And there you see Rieger is right there up on top. Bernard and Rieger. We didn't have a lot of dog adoptions. I mean, last month we had 45 dog adoptions. So it kind of just depends on how many dogs come in. And then the cats, I'm not going to count, but I don't think it's anywhere near 40. No, it was 11 dogs. I'm sorry. I'm reading the cat number. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
December
31.
was a big month.
Yes. 11 dogs, and this month we only have 5. So.
Do you know how many are currently in fosters around the area?
I don't think we have a lot of dogs. Cats or dogs.
Yeah, I didn't think there was too many dogs even available right now.
I think we might have 3. They kind of go in streaks. There we go. I thought those cats were adopted. I guess not. Yeah. These are special needs cats. They've been here quite a while. They start here as kittens. Well, they have feline cerebral hypoplasia. Known
That
as
sounds very technical.
or wobbly kitten. I mean, otherwise, they're, you have to probably be careful about high places.
Yeah. Don't give them too many high places to climb up on, right?
Yeah. It's just something that happens a lot of times at birth. Like, maybe we could relate that to cerebral palsy.
Okay.
But it's kind of sad that no one has opened their hearts to them. I want to show you the orange. If you're into orange kitties, they're all spread out. They were eating earlier when I looked at them.
Oh.
And these are unusual because they're all girls. Which typically orange cats are boys or male.
Really?
Yeah.
Feisty redheaded females out there at PAWS.
Yeah. I don't know. I would just look at the Jaffy, Josie, and Julep. I think Julep, it says, is adopted. So one of them might be going quickly. Cute kittens.
Wow.
And then here's our getting ready for football. And if you can see in the far left is Greg's wine rack he was talking about.
Over there on the floor.
Yeah.
Everything's there except the screws. Bring your own screws. You're going to have to mount that yourself.
There it is. Look at, thank you, Greg.
Yay. Yay.
Lots of donations.
All of that stuff is going to get wonderfully put together on awesome tables, and you're going to see it on February 18th at the PAWS.
Are you coming to Furball?
That's the plan. That is the plan.
You have lots of people working today. Ooh, this is a pretty cat.
Kudos to the volunteers who show up on such a cold, blustery morning.
It's alone. Oh, these are, she said, I was abandoned with my 3 sisters at a church. All 4 of us in a small carrier. They must have heard that you could drop people off at a church and they would find homes.
Oh my goodness.
I don't understand people. Sorry. Savior.
Looks comfy cozy there.
Another orange cat. This one's a male, though. He's more buff. Saying, can I jump out? And there's a litter box. She's hiding in the litter box. Linda says she's super excited about Furball.
Yes, she is.
A new venue.
It's going to be a fun time, and minimal is always awesome.
Yeah.
So plan
I don't
now.
remember doing the food.
Plan now to attend. Uh-oh, where'd Tom go?
Tom's gone.
Tom's connection was wonky this morning, so I'm not surprised that he may have to reboot and get back on here. I know he wants to talk some NFL before we wrap up the show, so we'll save that for the end.
See, mine seems to be going, I don't think it works, and then I punch it again, and then I'm wrong.
Well,
so I don't know what's going on.
He already told me his guess for the big number of the week, so let's do that real quick here. Our big number of the week this week is 738 million. The answer is Avatar or Angry Birds. And our last check in our current race to 10, Tom was trailing Joann by just 1 point. It's
1 point.
4-3. Joann's in the lead. This one's a little closer of a match so far than the end of the year race was. I got Tom's answer. What is yours? Avatar or Angry Birds?
I'll go with Angry Birds.
You're going to go with Angry Birds. Tom went with Avatar. And let's, whoops. Hold on. I'm going to edit this on the fly if I can. Put that up there. Edit. All right. So Avatar, have you seen the new Avatar movie yet?
No, I haven't.
It's called Avatar: The Way of Water. It topped $2 billion at the box office last weekend. It is now the 6th movie in history to reach that $2 billion milestone. The director, producer, writer, James Cameron, he's responsible for 3 of the 6 movies that have achieved $2 billion status.
Wow.
Do you know what the other 2 movies are?
No.
I bet you can guess one of them easy. The other Avatar movie.
Oh.
The original Avatar, Avatar 2, and he did Titanic.
Oh.
That was him.
I've seen that one.
The other 3 movies are Avengers Endgame, Star Wars The Force Awakens, and Avengers Infinity War. Yeah. Avatar: The Way of Water in the top 6 highest grossing movies of all time. So Angry Birds is the answer. Joann takes a 2-point lead. Oh boy. If you haven't thought about Angry Birds in over 10 years, here's an update. Last week, the Israel-based gaming company called Playtika offered to buy Rovio, and Rovio is the company behind the Angry Birds game. They offered to buy them for $738 million.
Wow.
And yeah, Rovio. So there you go. Michelle's chiming in from Landscape Connection. Who knew? Exactly. We like to make sure you leave a little smarter than you came into the show, if we can, here on the Saturday Morning Stateline Show. I don't know if Tom's battery died or what happened, but
I always try to keep plugged in, except when I'm walking the shelter. I don't have that long a cord.
Right? Yeah, you can't go outside with your tablet.
Well, I found out I can't go outside because I lose my
your Wi-Fi connection is not that strong. You've got a bunker of a building over there, so yeah. I find that when I walk my dog, I can get about 2 houses away before my Wi-Fi says, "Nope, I'm done."
Oh.
So, well, with lacking Tom here, I guess we won't get into too much NFL talk other than to say tomorrow.
I will be lacking with talking about that.
Well, let's let you make predictions. That'll be fun. Tomorrow there are the 2 conference championship games. The first game is the AFC championship, or no, the NFC championship is the first game tomorrow.
I'm dying to not be talking about this.
He's gonna be happy. Yeah, he's gonna love hearing your predictions. The Cincinnati Bengals are playing against the Kansas City Chiefs. Okay. So that's the AFC championship game. I think that's the second game of the day. The first game, the Philadelphia Eagles are hosting the San Francisco 49ers.
Okay.
And here's the deal about the final 4 teams in the NFL this year.
So these are the winners of these will be going to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
3 of the last 4, well, 2 of the last 4 teams we kind of knew would be there. The Eagles had a great season. They were basically the dominant team in the NFC all year, so that's not a surprise that they're in the NFC Championship game. And the Kansas City Chiefs have gone there like every year for 5 years in a row now or something. So they're an elite team. The Cincinnati Bengals didn't have the greatest of seasons, but they were in the Super Bowl last year. So you kind of knew that they had a chance. Sure enough, they're back. And then the San Francisco 49ers, even with all their quarterback injuries, they have the best defense in the NFL. They've made it again to the championship game the second time in 3 years, I think. So not a big surprise, but you kind of wondered with their quarterback injuries what was going to happen. All right, so the first game, the Eagles and the 49ers. Joann, do you have a feeling who's going to win between the Eagles and the 49ers?
The 49ers.
You're going with the defensive strong 49ers. So, Joann, why am I can't spell your name. Joann.
Joann.
49ers. And then the Chiefs or the Bengals?
I'm going to go with the Bengals.
All right, Joann's picks.
Is this going to win me big money?
This is going to win you great accolades on the Saturday Morning Stateline Show. Yeah, I'm.
And next week is a big weekend.
Bengals are probably minor favorites only
I
because
finally get over the 69 going into 70.
Well, the Chiefs quarterback suffered a bit of an injury last weekend, so there's questions as to just how healthy Patrick Mahomes is going to be. So I think the Bengals have the edge against the Chiefs and go to the Super Bowl again. The 49ers have the better defense, but the Eagles have such a good offense. I think the Eagles edge out the 49ers.
This is like a rookie pick.
All right. Well, there you go,
Weekend
Tom.
is fun.
Joanne's going 49ers Bengals. I'm going Eagles Bengals. You can throw in your comment or chat later, Tom, and we'll find out next week who's going to the Super Bowl. Next week is Pro Bowl week. They do like a flag football game and a bunch of skills competitions. And then 2 weeks from tomorrow is the Super BOWL.
And we still have the wrong, because we have to change our calendar.
There you go.
And then the
All right,
next
Joann.
week, Super Bowl is February. Is football.
And then the week after that's Fur Ball. Woohoo! Yeah, Tom
So,
says his
my
internet or something like that.
Super Bowl, football. What
Fur Ball.
a bunch of weekend fun.
This is how my mother-in-law would say, this is how we get through January and February. The weary
From
months
all
of winter.
Fun weekends, right?
Yes. Well, thank you to Connie Esparza from American Red Cross of Illinois for joining us. Again, January is Blood Donor Month. Please donate blood if you're able. And remember, you change the world when you help one person. So be a blessing to someone this week, and we'll do the same. Meet you back here next week for another Saturday Morning Stateline Show. Thank you, Joann.
All right, bye-bye. Bye, Tom.
Bye-bye.